Israeli-born singer Ishtar, who's achieved tremendous success abroad, especially in France, singing in Hebrew, Arabic, French, and English. She's been, though, in her homeland much of this year dealing with coronavirus. Both her own case, thankfully she's recovered, and that of her father, who's still battling disease. Our Floor Citric and Amit Hariri have that story.
Far from the glitter and electric atmosphere of the stage, Israeli singer Ishtar wants to share with the audience the intimate drama she's been going through for more than a month. Her father is seriously ill with coronavirus.
We still have a very long way to go. You have to know that you have to face something that is unknown, which kills. I remember the day we said goodbye to him. We didn't know if we were going to see him again, if he was going to wake up.
Ishtar's father was hospitalized in Haifa, in Israel's largest coronavirus unit, which has just opened in the underground parking lot of the city's Rambam hospital.
We will go down to the basement. I have to dress from head to toe, cover myself well. My father was there. It's his bed. Thank God he went out last night. He had a negative corona test twice in a row, and we were able to transfer him to another unit. Jenia, I wanted to say thank you. I will not see you again, but thank you for everything you did for my dad, for your care and your support.
Jenia has looked after Ishtar's father since joining the ward. This nurse divides her time between care in the coronavirus unit and the control room located on level 0.
I've been working here for 17 years. I lived through the Second Lebanon War, the tragedy of the Carmel fires, but what I saw here is very different because you can't see the end of the tunnel. I think what keeps the teams going is telling themselves that we continue to provide very high quality care.
The coronavirus unit installed in the basement looks still very basic, and Rambam Hospital has appealed for donations.
Obviously, there is a big effect on the staff. It's not simple. Working downstairs in the underground hospital is extremely demanding, physically and mentally. We are launching a campaign to look at the needs of our staff and our patients.
Ishtar is moved. For the first time since the beginning of her illness, she will be able to see her father wearing his overalls.
Dad, do you remember me? He's someone who likes to laugh, dance, imitate. He's a singer, guitarist, and he really loves life. It's very difficult to see him like that, because he's someone who is always happy and keeps making us laugh, so everything is fine.
And joining us now in studio is Ishtar. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, most of us are experiencing the impact of coronavirus really just because of the lockdown restrictions. You've had to deal with it as an illness both for yourself and in your family. Talk a little about that.
Me, my sisters, my mom, we had the corona, but very light symptoms. I had a very big headache, fever, my kids' fever, nothing really. Some symptoms we can handle, but my father had a really bad trip with the corona, so he was for 3.5 weeks in the corona section with the breathing machine and in a big danger. It's the isolation, the fear. I could imagine that sometimes when they woke up and opened their eyes and they don't even know where they are because there's light all the time. People are with those costumes white, so probably he felt that he's in paradise. I don't know. So it's unknown. You go down and you never know how you're going to go out.
What was it like? We saw the excitement of you being able to see your father, but to have to go down in that environment, I'm sure it's some mixed feelings. You're in an environment filled with people who have coronavirus. I guess you have some immunity, but still, what was that experience like?
First, with all this darkness in your head and the fear and everything that I just described and even more, the fact that you know, in the corona section, there's people and the team, the doctors, everybody's, it's different people. And what I saw there, it's the generosity, the solidarity in between the team and the sick people. So for me, it's a world. It's a contrast, that because when you go out and you see what you see, it's you have this when you put it and you think you say it's hell down. And what I could see through this, I saw generosity, and I saw people who were devoted to their job, like the doctors, volunteers. And when I went out and I saw this problem that we have in the street, I want to say those people just come. If you want to change something in your country and you say that you want to change and you say there is no corona, please go to the hospitals, do volunteers.
Well, let me get to that, because you talk about their generosity, which you've benefited from, and now you're looking to sort of pay it forward, as the expression goes. So what are you looking now to do?
Well, I'm asking, and I'm like, I would like people to have, you know, donation to all the hospital, because we are fighting against an enemy that we cannot even know. It's not an enemy like all the enemies we know. They need a lot of support. Hospital Rambam. I have to say that apart from the fact that they fight 24/7 to you know, to save those lives of those people with the corona, they leave everything. The fight is really dynamic there, and just. They need material. They have a big laboratory. So if people can do and can give and help to give donation to Hospital Rambam. My experience with Rambam, but I guess that a lot of hospitals need this help. So, and also we can go and volunteer. You know, I go because it touches me with me and my sister, and we just the fact that when you see an old or young young person open his eyes and he feels he's lost, hopeless, helpless, like he has nothing.
Let me ask you, in another time with another disease, the natural thing would be to organize Ishtar a benefit concert and pay the proceeds.
I would love to.
Are you frustrated that as the one thing that you do best to raise money, you really can't be doing right now? You could sing, but you can't perform.
I don't, but you know, we try to do the best we can. So if we cannot go on stage, of course, I'm not only an artist, I also a person, and it touches me to see that people that don't know my father, it's their job, okay. But there's a nurse who called me in the middle of the night, and I saw the number of the hospital. I said, that's it. I was afraid, and he called me and he said, he was crying. The nurse was crying, and he's an Arab Israeli, and called me and he said, I cannot see your father crying. And you know, this sensibility, among all those problems, those stress, the fear that they have, they still have and this really touches me. And I said, if I go down, I need to help the way this guy, this nurse, this angel helped my father. They don't have a lot of people to do that. That just to hold his hand, the touch, so important to explain those people, to hold those phone, because they have a phone they call the dirty phone there. It's to communicate with the family and just to be there. And even the families are,
well,
we don't know.
Certainly, Ishtar, we wish you the best. We wish your father the best.
Yes, and I wish the best for all the sick, and we hope that really the first, most important,
and Rambam Hospital, one of the hospitals on the front line of the disease. Thank you so much.
I have to say just one thing.
I'm sorry, we have to go out, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.